let's quickly start on this particular topic. It's not a very long topic, but I want to give you the clarity on what we have done recently. So this sounds a little bit odd that we have done some integration between NetFlow and Application Manager, but it is actually fruitful. It has been already released. So this particular session is dedicatedly meant for the integration between NetFlow and Application Manager. So the very first thing that we will see here is, okay, this is confirmed already that I'm audible and the presentation is visible. So the basics of NetFlow Analyzer and Application Manager, that what we know so far is that NetFlow Analyzer is meant for the network devices, like the layer 3 devices, to monitor the traffic and bandwidth on the network, the traffic and bandwidth performance on the network. That is the basic for NetFlow Analyzer. And the Application Manager, in the other hand, is actually meant for monitoring the performance of the servers. It can be physical or virtual servers. It is also meant for the application performance, database performance, then cloud-based applications monitoring, URL monitoring, and many more things like application insight monitoring, so many things, even code monitoring, so many things. So it is more focused towards the applications and server monitoring. So these two applications, which comes under IT operations management of ManageEngine, they serve two different domain within an infrastructure: application domain, and the other one is network traffic monitoring domain. Now, before any integration, what we had in Application Manager, to be honest, in NetFlow Analyzer, that the NetFlow Analyzer can monitor the traffic and bandwidth that is happening on all the network devices which is forwarding the flow packets, and it can understand application traffic, application-based traffic. We call it as layer 4 application traffic under inventory apps. Here you can see there are layer 4 applications, and we used to show this information. So before integration, this is how we show the application information in NetFlow Analyzer: which application consumes how much traffic and what is the percentage of utilization. We show it this way. But this method, how it works, that's purely based on a predefined application mapping that is there in the NetFlow Analyzer. If you go to the NetFlow Analyzer settings, under settings we have something called as mapping. Under mapping we have 10,039 applications which are already mapped based on a standard called as IANA. So this application mapping is purely based on ports and protocols that has been consumed during a traffic transaction. For example, if somebody is doing a mail transaction, email transaction, then that may fall under a specific port number, let's say 25, and that may fall under a particular protocol, IMAP, SMTP, those kind of things. So based on the port and protocol, we have this predefined mapping already available in NetFlow Analyzer. If there is a matching port and protocol for a particular traffic, then we show the same information in NetFlow Analyzer apps. This is how it works right now before integration. And there could be a situation that what if I'm using one of the application in my organization which do not have a predefined mapping in NetFlow Analyzer. Let's say I'm already using NetFlow Analyzer, but I have an application currently running in my organization which do not have a predefined mapping in the NetFlow Analyzer. What happens in that situation? If you see the previous presentation here, you see something called as unknown app, right? So if I do not have any kind of mapping, predefined mapping in NetFlow Analyzer, then it will be calculated under unknown app. Okay, so those unknown apps, to resolve those unknown apps, we can always go ahead and do a manual mapping. There is always a feasibility in NetFlow Analyzer that you can actually manually provide a name of the application, associate the port, and associate the protocol, and you can even assign an IP address or IP range. This is again there. This is available in the same settings of NetFlow Analyzer, which is already available. It is not that you cannot solve this, that unknown app matter, you can solve it. However, it's a manual task. You can manually map those things in NetFlow Analyzer. So this is the situation before integration. Okay, now adding the applications is made easy using this particular integration that we are talking about. When we are integrating application manager and NetFlow Analyzer, this particular problem that we had, that those application I'm using in my network, I want to monitor the traffic used by those applications. I'm least bothered about 10,039 mapped application that NetFlow Analyzer offers. What I'm concerned is those applications that I am using in my network. I want to see the traffic of them, and for that thing, mostly I may have to do a manual mapping. So to make that life easier, we have this integration. So if I'm a customer and I'm using NetFlow Analyzer as well as application manager in my network, then my applications manager already know those applications that I'm using in my network. It can be database, it can be Tomcat, it can be some custom built application. I'm monitoring the performance of those applications using my applications manager already, and I want to see the traffic and bandwidth utilization by those applications in NetFlow Analyzer, which is absolutely possible. So now how this integration works. So there is a small layout for this integration. The idea here is the application servers. It can be your databases, applications, web servers, all those application servers you have, those are getting monitored by application manager. So the data between the server, the target server, and the application manager, they have a communication and they are already settled. They are passing their information to monitor the performance metrics, various different metrics. And the NetFlow Analyzer, it is monitoring the other set of devices. It is not monitoring your servers. It is not monitoring your NetFlow Analyzer is not monitoring your any of your servers or VMs. It is monitoring the network devices, your switches, routers, firewalls, these kind of devices, which is forwarding NetFlow packets to the NetFlow Analyzer. Those are the things getting monitored here. Now, the NetFlow Analyzer has the information taken from the network devices. Application manager has the information taken from your application server. Now we are going to do a exchange of information between these two applications, which is application manager and NetFlow Analyzer. So we are going to do an exchange of information. So first, NetFlow Analyzer will take the application detail from application manager. So the application detail, in the sense, there are certain information. What are those information? We'll see it for going forward. But the first step of this integration is that NetFlow Analyzer will pull the required application details from application manager, and then NetFlow Analyzer will push the traffic details to the traffic details of those applications to application manager. So this is the whole concept. Super simple. Okay, and then the concept, how do we do it? What information do we require? What information exchange do we need to do? So we created some settings. So if you actually go through the latest version that we have released it already, there are some setting pages. Under a third-party integration, we have application manager integration page created, and I'll show you how that looks like also. So the concept of integration here is that, for example, if you go to application manager and you create a monitor, if you create a monitor there, then you usually provide these information, that IP address of the server where this application is running, port number on which this application is being utilized, and you also provide a display name. Okay, so these three information that you see, the display name and the IP address of that IP address or host name of that particular server, and the port number. So these three information will be pulled from application manager to NetFlow Analyzer. Okay, so in NetFlow Analyzer, while creating a custom application manually, we also provide the similar information: application name, port number, and IP address. So these are the same exact three information we pull from application manager to NetFlow Analyzer. To make it automatic, not to make it manual, to make it automatic, we have prepared a settings page where you can actually provide the initial configuration, the integration configuration information, and then it will happen automatically. So the application manager configuration within NetFlow Analyzer looks like something like this. So in NetFlow Analyzer settings, integration, third-party integration settings, we have this application manager as the integrated application, and there it will demand you to provide the application manager's URL, the URL of application manager with the port number on which you are running the application manager, and the API key. The REST API key, you can get it under support in application manager. You take the REST API key and provide the REST API key in NetFlow Analyzer here, and you get some checkboxes here to fetch the DNS names, to fetch the applications in every 24 hours. That means, let's say today I have 100 applications getting monitored within application manager, and after 2 days I may add 5 more applications to be monitored in application manager. So all total it becomes 105. So NetFlow Analyzer should have a capability to go and fetch the newly added 5 applications automatically, periodically. So that's why we have this schedule option, that it will automatically check every 24 hours that have you added any new applications in application manager or not. So this is a checkbox over here. So once you do this initial setting in NetFlow Analyzer and save it, then NetFlow Analyzer will pull all the application details with respect to port, protocol, and IP address, and then it will save it under NetFlow Analyzer's settings. There is a new page we have created for services. We have named it as services. So unfortunately, there is one challenge for me at this moment that I would like to say, that as I changed my laptop initially, I wanted to actually show you on my lab setup how it looks like. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show that right now because I switched my laptop, and the second laptop I do not have my VPN connected or configured. So I'm not able to show. Thank God I have the screenshots in this presentation. I'm at least able to show you something. But yes, I have many screenshots to be presented here. But afterwards, going forward, you'll have our own demo site will be upgraded very soon. We'll have the same information, you can access them, and I'll also forward more details when we send you the follow-up emails. Okay, now, so we have created a new tab in NetFlow Analyzer called services. So those applications which we are fetching from application manager into NetFlow Analyzer, we will categorize them separately. We will not mix them with the already existing 10,039 application. We are not going to mix it along with that. We are going to categorize those newly fetched applications as services in NetFlow Analyzer. So you will not have a confusion looking at only your application's traffic. So once we categorize them as services in NetFlow Analyzer, we will be able to clearly see how much traffic has been consumed by the applications which are getting monitored in Application Manager as services in NetFlow Analyzer. So the result is something like this. So this is what the services I was talking about. So once the initial setup you do, which is super simple, that you just provide the URL or IP address of your Application Manager's server and the port number and the REST API key, and you save it, then this services button in NetFlow Analyzer opens up. Okay, so this was not there previously. This is a newly created place. So here, all these applications that you see, these are fetched from Application Manager itself. So the 10,039 previously mapped or predefined mapped applications will still be there under Applications tab, but the Services tab will get those ones from Application Manager. So here, if you see, you get the service name, which is the application name, port number, and protocol, which protocol you use for that, and on which server, the IP address of the server where the application is hosted. So if I have MS SQL, I get the MS SQL here, port number used for that, protocol, and on which server I'm hosting MS SQL, that information I get it. Okay, so this will give you a clear picture about what applications you are monitoring in Application Manager. They are visible in NetFlow Analyzer now. The second information that you get is that the inventory, if you now go to inventory and you go to apps, you have a new information here as services. Previously we had only layer 4 and layer 7, but now we have this services dedicatedly meant for those applications which we got from Applications Manager. And here, one short information you get it here, that those applications that you're monitoring in Application Manager, how much traffic utilization per application for a period of time. So for the management, if I want to provide a report to management that these are our organizational applications and the most used application is this one, I can just go ahead and take a CSV or Excel of this page itself right from the bottom of the screen. You get some new icons, small tiny icons at the very bottom. You can take this information as a report right from the inventory. You don't have to do a lot of customization. If you further drill down into these applications, you can drill down these applications. You can see which source to which destination and how much traffic consumed. So per conversation wise traffic. So if you are actually troubleshooting that there is an application which is slow, which is behaving slow, and you want to understand that why it is behaving slow, which source is consuming more traffic on that particular application server, you can actually do that now very clearly. So you can go deep into the conversation level traffic analysis from the individual applications right here. That is one thing. And then second thing, that we are providing a dashboard for quick view. Quick view is very much required because that is why we have some monitoring solution. So in the dashboard, you'll have a dedicated widget which will have these services. So you can set your top 5 or top 10 applications to be shown in that widget by default. So once you show that, you can very well understand that which application is consuming more traffic for a period of time. So dashboard widget is given with this integration. Also the reports, that means your forensic report or your search report, those reports will also function with this services, the new thing that has been created. Even you can trigger alerts if you want to trigger some alerts based on these services. So when I say this is services, this is named as services in NetFlow Analyzer, but these are the same applications that is getting monitored in Application Manager. In Application Manager, you are calling them the application monitoring, and here you are calling them as services. So you can trigger alerts for these applications as well. You can set threshold that for MS SQL, if the inbound traffic is going beyond this much, I want the alert to be triggered. You can do that very well. And also the report, I was talking about this on the go report from the inventory itself, that is also possible. So the additions that we are supporting for this integration in NetFlow Analyzer, anything above 12.5.160, 12.5.160 and above for NetFlow Analyzer, and it has to be only on standalone Essential Edition. So this is not supported in Enterprise Edition, and this integration is not supported when you are using NetFlow Analyzer as an add-on with OP Manager. It's not supported. It is, as of now, it is only supported for standalone NetFlow Analyzer, which is an Essential Edition, and should be above, on or above 12.5.160. And for Application Manager, again, standalone Application Manager, not the plugin version. Standalone Application Manager, Professional Edition, and it should be on or above 14.690 build. So these are the supported editions as of now. So you might have some more questions. I want to clarify them on this go, that this is all benefiting a lot towards the NetFlow Analyzer. What about the Applications Manager side? Are we getting the traffic information to show it in the Application Manager side? That is under the go. That means that the information that we are showing in NetFlow Analyzer, we are not pushing that to Application Manager as of now. That is still undergoing, and going forward, that will be also given, that these applications bandwidth information will also be shown in Application Manager, but that is not yet been done. That will come in the next releases. So as of now, the integration can help to see the applications information in NetFlow Analyzer, the traffic information of those applications in NetFlow Analyzer UI only. However, the whole integration can help. Basically, it can help those customers who are using NetFlow Analyzer and Application Manager as separate installation, standalone, and they want to monitor the traffic for the applications they are monitoring in Application Manager, not the plugin, not the add-on version as of now. So summary is very simple, that the application performance we were monitoring very well in Application Manager. Bandwidth performance we are monitoring very well in NetFlow Analyzer. However, those business critical applications which we are monitoring in Applications Manager, now we can monitor their traffic performance in NetFlow Analyzer in a easier way without doing any manual tasks. So if I want to troubleshoot as a technician, if I want to troubleshoot as a network admin to understand where is the problem, whether it's the network, or it's the application server, or it's the bandwidth consumed for that particular application for a period of time by a particular person, I can very well do that. So it can actually help me to meet my business critical applications best performance in this integration. So if you have any questions, definitely you can post it in the chat, that you can do. But if you have any further question in detail needs to be answered, you can always send us an email. You all know about our email. You can send it in eval-itom@manageengine.com, or you can send email to netflow-analyzer-support@manageengine.com. So either way, you can send it to Application Manager as well. If you wish, you can send it. We will definitely go ahead and answer. So that was all about the integration. It's a simple but effective integration. Many customers has already started it. We have already done for a few customers. So you can always go ahead, and if you have an opportunity, go ahead and try this out. And soon our demo sites will be upgraded, so you can see this integration in the demo sites very soon. Thank you so much for attending this session. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye-bye.